The Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Creed and Creed Law Firm, serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Hi everyone, I'm Lieber King with the Sports Scouting Report podcast, owner of Louisiana Football Magazine since 1997. Today we're in Winsboro, Louisiana at Franklin Academy High School. First time I've ever been to the school. I've seen them play a few times over the years. They're in the MAIS League, and we'll talk about that. I'm going to let Coach talk about that. We're going to introduce the head coach of Franklin Academy when we come back. We're going to talk to some of his players, actually 5 of them. We're going to talk about 5 leaders. They're all former and current all-district players, and some of them are all-district in other sports. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show at Franklin Academy High School in Winsboro, Louisiana. We're in one of the meeting rooms. We've got some coaches that are going to be in the cafeteria pretty soon here at Franklin Academy in Winsboro, Louisiana. If you don't know where Winsboro is, I do know this because I've been coming through Winsboro for 29 years to get to Monroe. And you're going to go through Wisner, where Coach is from, that I'm going to introduce in a minute. You're going to go through Sicily Island. You got to go through Natchez. You got to go through Faraday, Vidalia. We're going to have Mangum come. We're going to do a show with Mangum. We've got some different schools coming. Rayville's supposed to come. And I'm just happy to be in this part of the state to promote these kids, being that I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And it's a joy to know that I'm here. And I want to promote an MAIS team. You know, we're always focused on Class 1A to 5A, the LHSS, with the West Monroes and the Ouachetals, and the OCSs, which they call Ouachetah Baptist here. But I want to go ahead, without waiting any longer, introduce the head coach of Franklin Academy, Marvin Ferrington.
Glad to have you,
Coach. Thank you for letting us be here.
Good. I'm glad you came.
Good-looking hat.
I guarantee
Franklin
you.
Academy.
Guarantee you.
Cougar football, the Cougar mascot. Woke up at 4:30. I told you this. I said I'm gonna wake up about 4 in the morning and we're gonna come. I didn't get a room the night before, and drove through all those small towns. I didn't want speed, right?
Oh man.
Especially your old town of Wisner.
They waiting on you.
Yeah, but we want to interview you today and go over your team and go over the league, because a lot of people in Baton Rouge and Lafayette and New Orleans and Houma and even Shreveport, they don't really know a lot about the MAIS League that you're in, Franklin Academy.
MAIS is Mississippi Association of Independent Schools. And we go as far as North Memphis, all the way down to Gulfport, Mississippi, and as far east as Meridian, Mississippi, from 6A to 1A. It's been some very good athletes come out of this program over the years.
Not a part of the 5A, 1A LHSA.
No,
it's another league.
It is strictly a different league.
A lot of Mississippi schools in it.
Yes, sir.
With some Louisiana schools.
Yes, sir.
Predominantly a lot of North Louisiana schools.
North Louisiana.
With some South.
Very little.
Like Oak Forest. Silliman.
Yeah, that's about as far. Just east of Woodville is about as far as for Louisiana. But yeah, it's a major now. It's lots of driving.
Right.
Lots of driving, but it's a good league. Got some good players, some good people. Put on a good show.
And Marvin, you're from Wisner.
Yes.
Which is also hometown of, you said, Joe Raymond Peace.
Yeah.
Sicily
Island, just right down the road.
Yeah. Rockthrow.
Yeah. Joe Raymond Peace, his daddy, and Wyman Lee Colley was stalwarts. I mean, they was powerhouses back when I went to school.
Okay.
Winsboro couldn't do anything, Wisner, nobody. They beat everybody.
I want to mention, too, that I've been talking to Coach about this for 2 years. I said, Coach, if I ever come up, I want to do a show and I might be calling you to do it at your school. And you said, let's do it.
Sure.
And I want to mention some sponsors that you got, and Herring Catfish. I want to do a shout out to them for this show. Riverside, say the last name. I don't want to mess it up.
Anesthesiologist.
Anesthesiologist. And Ferrington, your last name, tax
Yes,
service.
yes.
For helping with the food and helping it all come about. Because I know you went and got donuts, drinks, and food for all the coaches. We're going to do some different shows today.
Right. We're going to boil shrimp. And all the trimmings
Man,
after.
South Louisiana, I'm all about that. But and we're going to do different shows. You're allowing us to let some other schools in the area take part into today.
Sure. We all a big family.
Yeah, man, North Louisiana. And Coach, tell everybody about the difference between 8-man football and regular MAIS.
You know,
people get confused about that.
I get asked that question.
Because we've got some 8-man too.
I get asked that question. We're 8-man.
Right.
I get that question asked all the time. And I played 11-man, so it was new to me. But it is it is where you're trying to get your athlete with the ball in his hands in open field against their best athletes. In 11-man football, you can hide a player or two. In 8-man football, there's no such thing as hiding anybody. It's wide open, a speed game, high scoring.
And for those that are watching, it's a mom and dad that's not a big football knowledgeable person. 8-man means 3 less players on the field. So you have to change up your whole scheme of where people line up because you don't have 11. Sometimes you got 3 wideouts, you got less of an O-line, you got less of a backfield.
You got everything. You got one man. If they beat one man, it's to the house.
And everybody in MAIS is 8-man, right?
No.
That's what I was going to ask, because people get confused.
No. 1A and 2A is 8-man football. Then when you go 3, 4, 5, 6A, they play 11-man.
11-man and MAIS. So that's the difference, just to let people know. People get confused.
It was created for the smaller schools like us where we don't have, I got 17 players. So, and we even at 8-man, we had to play both ways, special teams, offense, defense. But that's what 8-man football was created for.
And this league, from interviewing coaches over 28 years, most teams that I've seen, and you know this, sometimes it's a little different, sometimes it's not, but you're looking at 18 to 25-man rosters with most of these teams.
That is correct.
Not many have 30.
That is correct.
Right?
That is correct. When I started in Pee Wee, went all the way through JV. We won 2 championships in Pee Wee, and we had a 21-3 record in JV. And in those JV years, we had 12 players. So you're talking about playing a lot of football.
Can't have an injury, huh?
Can't have injuries and had to be in shape.
Because you need 8.
You got to have 8.
3 backups.
You got to have 8.
4 backups.
We have taken the field with 7.
And this year you're going to be in that similar boat.
Similar, very similar.
Maybe 6 backups. Total.
That's it.
On the whole sideline.
That's it.
So everybody man up, right?
That's it. Everybody's got to carry their weight.
Coach, before we turn it over to the players and get them some publicity, tell everybody about this past year. Y'all were close to winning it this past year. We made the playoffs, had home field playoff game for the first time, a scheduled home playoff game in history that anybody can come up with. We went all the way to one game from the championship play, and we lost to Sharkey, Mississippi.
In Mississippi, Rolling Fork, where the storm came through. But we lost to them, and they could have beat anybody. So, but we did good. Now we got a lot of turnover, and we're going to have to start over. But hopefully by mid-season we're going to be back in form, ready to go.
I didn't share this story with you, but 26 years ago I was in Winsboro, and when it was Winsboro High School,
sure,
Coach said, "I want you to come see a guy named Anthony Booger McFarland."
Yes,
he
sir.
was 6 foot tall, 360,
Yes, sir.
360 at the time.
Yes, sir.
And Coach said, "We're trying to get him to lose weight. We're changing his body." And he said, "Come watch him practice, Lee." And he ran like a linebacker, Coach, at 360. You know those types. You know,
Sure.
if he loses a little weight here and there. Well, he goes to LSU at 350, he gets to 330, and plays 12 years in the NFL, 2 Super Bowls.
Sure.
And now he's a famous guy on
Great
ESPN.
person. Great
He
person.
is.
One of the best analysts on TV right now.
He was on.
Has a house right down the
Come
road.
on.
He and his mother that passed away recently. But they got a big house right down the road.
Booger McFarland was on the cover of our magazine, Coach, when it was legal. We went to the state capitol, put him in an LSU jersey. That's when you could do that. And he was on the cover of our third magazine with Tim Rattay and Brandon Stokely when he was at ULL, who played 16 years in the NFL.
Sure.
That's when you could take a college player and privately get them away from campus
Oh,
and
yeah.
do
It's been some greats come through this part of the country.
but
Burt Jones, Terry Bradshaw.
yeah, and you go Shreveport, David Woodley, and
Oh,
some of the
yeah,
greats that have come through there.
Yeah.
Coach, I appreciate you
Oh,
again letting
yeah.
us do the show
Glad
here
you
today.
came. Glad you came.
Wow.
Appreciate you.
We've already met all your players, and we're going to interview 5 of your kids one by one. And we're at Franklin Academy in Winsboro, Louisiana. Check them out. Learn about MAIS. I hope you learned a lot today. I learned a little more today about 8-man and the levels and who's 11-man in MAIS, the low level, the high levels. We'll be right back with much more.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Coach Marvin. Great guy, Franklin Academy. Really, really high energy guy, and he's been around a long time. And like I said, he's from Wisner, which is a rock throw away, not that far from Winsboro, Louisiana. You got Claiborne Academy, which is in a school that competes North Louisiana. You got Riverfield, Riverdale, or some schools in MAIS. Different levels, like Coach said. Some are 2A, some are 1A, some are 4A, 5A. But we want to go ahead and interview one of the top players here at Franklin Academy. Offensive lineman, plays D-line too, because most of these guys play both sides. And his name is Noah Ratliff. Noah, good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Thank you for having
And he's
me.
actually helping us with the event today. So when he's not doing the show, he's helping us coordinate. You play left tackle, nose guard for Coach.
Yes, sir.
And I would guess this is going to be your 4th year to start.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty common with the school, right? I mean, if
Right.
you're a freshman, you got to pretty much find a place to help.
Yes,
right?
sir. I know my freshman year we had to pull up to 8th grade to actually have a team because when we were in 8th grade, the school, we didn't have a varsity football team. That was in 2021.
You remember that, huh?
Yes, sir.
Where you hung in and going into year 4, 6'2", 265, good feet. Coach will tell you, I mean, you're built like a guard or a center. You're the kind of guy, if you have a good senior year, you might get some interest. You told me you went to Thibodeau lineman camp?
Yes, sir, I did.
What was that like for you?
It was hot.
It was
There was a lot of running.
South Louisiana.
Oh, yeah. It was very, very helpful. There were so many college coaches, there was college players, there was NFL coaches just there spending their time to teach you all the works.
You learned a lot
Yes, sir.
to play the positions.
Yes, sir. I
Bring
did.
it back, help coach out
Yes,
the
sir.
team. 24 ACT, 3.75 GPA. And you want to major. Tell me who the major that you wrote down.
Agronomy. That's the study of plant science. It's
I had
for
no clue what that was.
plants and insects and stuff for doing crop consulting.
I think it sounds like a great idea to do, and I'm learning something every day. But Noah, good luck to you, man.
Thank you, sir.
We got 4 more players to interview. Noah is a sleeper to keep an eye on if you're a D3, D2 school, and who knows, 1AA, good year. You can walk on now and get NIL money as a walk-on, which will pay for your college. You might end up starting in a year or 2 at a McNeese, a Nicholls State, a Louisiana Christian. We'll be right back.
Creed and Creed Law Firm. Serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the first interview with Noah. You got a chance to meet Coach Marvin, the head coach of Franklin Academy here in Winsboro, Louisiana. We got another player to interview. They call him JC. His real name is Jonathan Calvin Ferrington. And his grandfather is the head coach, Marvin. Good to see you, man.
Nice to meet
You're
you.
also helping me today with
Yes,
the
sir.
event. And you're a defensive end linebacker, going to be a senior, kind of like Noah. This is going to be the last year for him to play football. All district, also like Noah. All these kids are all district players. 23 ACT, 3.5 GPA. And what do you want to tell everybody? I mean, you're getting your name out statewide outside of Winsboro, Louisiana. Anything you want to say? About football? About football?
Not that I can think of.
You told me weightlifting.
Oh, yes, sir.
You said that's a serious hobby of yours.
Yes, sir.
Every day you work out, 7 days, or?
Every now and then I need a rest day, but I try and go every day.
But you said you're strong as some of the linemen, or most
Stronger.
of the linemen. Stronger. Well, when you're 185, 5'11", like you are playing DN, you got to be strong, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the biggest tackle you've ever went against? Or O-lineman?
Big O-lineman from Sharkey. I don't know his name, but he's taller than Noah, probably 50 pounds heavier than him, too.
So we're talking about 6'3", 4", 310? Easy. You
About
get
like
around
that.
him?
Every now and then.
But if he hooks you, it's not a...
It's hard to.
You got to get under and get around him. What do you like most about football, JC?
It's just getting to spend time with the guys every day at practice and games.
What's it like to play for your grandfather?
It's a lot of yelling from him, not me.
Well, because he's harder on you because he knows you really well.
Yes, sir.
He's trying to get to maximize out of you.
I guess that's it.
How big of an LSU fan is your grandfather?
Huge.
Because I didn't ask him that. I wanted you to answer it. You're an LSU fan too?
Yes, sir. My when I was younger, my walls were painted LSU colors.
Come on. And then they win 2 Heisman trophies, huh, since you've become a teenager?
Yes, sir. And I have a signed ball from Billy Cannon.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I was friends with Billy years before he was an orthodontist after pro ball.
I never knew that.
And he actually worked for the prison, Angola, in St. Francisville.
Yes, sir.
As the dentist. Did you know that?
No, sir.
And that was after pro ball. He was the first pick of the draft, NFL draft, way back. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Good friend of mine. We never talked football over lunch. We went to lunch a couple of days a week for like 3 years. We're always talking. He was into raising horses and breeding them to sell them, and the horses would race and win. And interesting guy. But that's a big deal, man. You need to hold on to that from Billy Cannon.
Yes, sir. I'm planning on it.
Any shout out to anybody you want to thank for where you are today?
My friends for staying with me through it. We've been playing since 5th grade together. And old coach, he's been coaching since 5th grade. He saw us have a losing record in 4th grade, and then he took over the program. Stayed with it since then.
Well, good luck to you this year. And like Coach said, y'all got 17, maybe 18 guys this year coming up.
Yes, sir.
I know everybody's going to be a part of it. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Don't get up yet, JC. Don't get up. We'll be back with much more.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the interview. We've interviewed 2 Franklin Academy football players, the head coach Marvin Ferrington, and now our 3rd player, Tucker Grayson. Tucker, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Got the glasses, the hat going, and I know you're an O-lineman, right? I didn't have to look at your paperwork.
Yes, sir.
D-line, nose guard, DN, right guard on the O-line, and going to be a senior as well. 3.9 GPA, 21 ACT. You learning anything from these interviews? You seeing some of the interviews already?
Yeah, I've watched a couple. Yes, sir.
Anything you want me to know or ask you right now about besides football? Any
weightlifting, anything?
So you're pretty strong too?
Yes, sir.
What are you stronger in, the bench or squats or deadlifts?
Squats.
Squats.
Yes, sir.
What do you pride yourself on as a D lineman, O lineman? Like, what's your strength? Like, what do you think your strength is?
Just push people.
When you go out there, you go with your hands more,
yes,
your feet, or okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm just talking football with you a little bit.
I ain't very coordinated with my feet. I just kind of.
You're a mauler, straight ahead?
Yes, sir.
That's good. You got to have that, and that's why you're nose guard too, right?
Yes, sir.
College, you want to play any college ball if you have a good year?
If I have a good year, I have a chance, I would like to. Yes, sir. But that's just if I get a chance.
And that's all we need is a chance. Huh?
Yes, sir.
You want to do a shout out to anybody out there for where you are today?
Shout out to my friends, teammates, especially coach for pushing us to our best abilities. Yes, sir.
Tucker, good luck to you. Tucker Grayson, O-line, D-line, nose guard, DN, offensive guard, going to be a senior at Franklin Academy. Make sure to check him out this year. Sleeper for the small colleges. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Welcome back. We've got 2 more interviews, one more that's coming up and then one more after that. Franklin Academy. I want to thank sponsors Herring Catfish here in Winsboro, Louisiana. Appreciate them being a part of making this possible with food and coming down to do the show. And Riverside Anesthesiologists, I believe, their company. And then also Farrington Tax Service here, all in Winsboro, Louisiana. If you're coming through Winsboro, give them a call, and if you're coming through Monroe or Rayville or Wisner or Sicily Island, Faraday, Vidalia. We're going to introduce another kid, Isaac Owen Sharp, who's going to be a senior, 5'11", 200, plays running back, defensive end, another two-way player, all district again, coming back. Good to meet you.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
It's good to see the LSU stuff going on.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You're a big fan, you said.
I'm a big fan. Yes, sir. I try to go to as many. We go to usually about a game a year.
Okay.
Try to get to watch them at home, and we're pretty big fans of them.
Who's your favorite LSU player? Do you have one?
Of all time, or just right now?
Whoever comes to mind when you think of a player.
I think of Harold Perkins, and for sure on defense, and I think of 100% Joe Burrow on offense. Those
You're
are
pretty
two
astute, man, to know Harold Perkins.
Yes.
That's pretty good stuff. And then obviously the former Joe Burrow.
Yes.
He's one of my all-time favorites.
Good player.
And recently Jaden Daniels.
Yes, great player.
Who could not enjoy what Neighbors did last year, Malik Neighbors
Right.
and Brian Thomas, who by the way, Isaac, I covered both of those kids for 4 years in high school football.
Yeah.
Did you know neither one of them were recruited as a 5-star or a 4-star
Really?
until they signed?
Hmm.
And the only offer that Malik Neighbors had from Como High School was Mississippi State. Not that that was bad, but there's a guy that almost won the Bolitnikoff Award.
Right.
And Mississippi State was the only Big D1. And LSU came in and got him signing day. You know how
Signing
close
day.
he was to being in
That's
Mississippi State?
Close. I'm glad he wasn't.
He
I'm glad
committed to
wasn't.
State. And then Brian Thomas was a 6'4" skinny receiver from Walker High School, basketball guy that became a football player. Tell me, what do you like about running back? You got some size at running back.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, I like to finally get my hands on the ball a little. It been defensive end all of my high school career, and I haven't been able to be running with the ball since I was in flag football, but it's cool. It's a new grounds. It's nice.
Isaac, you're going to be a senior this coming year, 225 class. What do you think of the MAIS League? What is it like playing 8-man ball?
I think for sure it's harder than 11-man because you have to. I've played both 11-man and 8-man, and playing 8-man is 100%. You have to, especially playing both ways. You have to be in shape. You have to be a good athlete. At least average to be able to play 8-man football. You have to get around them boys, and if you don't, it's a make or break.
Tough.
It's
tough.
It's got to be tough.
If you have a good year, you never know that you got this new position.
Yes.
You got a little size on you. LSU, I hope they don't do away with walk-ons. I hope they don't pass the rule. They're actually trying to get rid of walk-ons.
They are.
And I think that would be a bad move for college football. But if they keep them, you ought to consider some of the bigger colleges as a walk, because you get NIL money to be walk-on at a big school. And so some of these guys I know are getting $3,000 a month as walk-ons.
Pretty dang good.
So you dream, never rule out LSU doing that.
Never rule it out.
Or go there as a strong safety or something.
Yes. Whatever they put me at.
Good luck to you, man.
All right. Thank you.
Isaac Sharp, going to be a senior for Franklin Academy in Winsboro, Louisiana. We got one more player. We'll be right back.
Creed and Creed Law Firm. Serious attorneys for serious injuries.
And welcome back. We've got one more player to interview, and let me tell you, he's the smallest guy on the team, but some of the linemen on the team have already told me he is a tough kid. He's one of the toughest kids on the team. He's 5'8", 125 pounds, starting quarterback starting linebacker, 125. His name is Kaden Lewis. Kaden, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Man, you got that moxie to play the game, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So you're not scared of anything.
Not really.
You knocked some big guys down before? You
Yes, sir,
take
I
'em
have.
down?
Yes, sir. Hit them low.
What do you like most, linebacker or quarterback?
I like them both. I mean,
You're just going to be a junior coming up.
yes, sir.
So all these guys are going to move on. You're going to be back to be the leader of the team basically
Yes,
the
sir.
next year.
Yes, sir.
What is it like playing for Coach Marvin? What is it like
It's-
playing for him?
It's a lot of running. It's fun. It's after a win, get in the locker room. It's all fun. Start dancing around to music.
You love the sport. and
Yes,
you
sir.
love it.
I love it.
Do you play any other sports?
I play baseball. I played basketball, but I ain't very good at basketball.
Baseball, though, you probably, I would think, an infielder, maybe?
Yes, sir. I caught last year. Did like catching.
You were a catcher?
Yes, sir.
Man, you a tough sucker.
Yeah, try to be.
Got the American flag on your
Yes, sir.
jersey.
Yes, sir.
Anything you'd like to say, Kaden, for where you are today at family? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My dad for pushing me, I guess, and Marvin for always pushing me.
And what do you want to say about the MAIS League? What have you learned as a player?
You gotta be quick. It's fast playing game.
In shape?
You gotta be in shape. You gotta be in real good shape.
Because you play the whole game.
Yes, sir.
The quarterback, you score, and then you stay on the field as a linebacker.
Yes, sir.
Well, good luck to you, Kaden. I mean, I'll tell you what, I got the most respect for you. 125 pounds, 5'8", and jersey number 1. I love that. Easy to see on the field. Good luck to you this year, man.
Thank you.
Kaden Lewis, I hope you enjoyed the show with Franklin Academy. I want to thank Marvin again and thank the sponsors, Herring Catfish here in Winsboro, Riverside and Anesthesiologists, Farrington Tax Service. I mean, they allowed us to come here. They've helped pay for food and they're helping pay for, this being able to happen. Appreciate Coach Marvin letting us use the facilities. He even went and got donuts for all the other teams that are coming. And they're going to be cooking shrimp and some other stuff. But really enjoy being here in Winsboro, Louisiana. Check out the MAIS League. I mean, I hope the whole idea was not just to help the school, but to educate where people support the league more. That we have good football in Louisiana that's 8-man football and also small divisions for 11-man. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.